explain what that would entail, a kind of investigation like this? This is a strike that happened in an active war zone. Can you give us some detail on what it looks like?
Look, IDF said they have an ongoing investigation is underway. I think that's important. We've called for this investigation to happen. I think that's important. We wanted to see it happen in a swift manner. We want to make sure that the findings are public and that there's accountability. I want to be very careful here. I'm not going to get ahead of that process. There's a process underway. I believe my NSC colleague mentioned that they have some initial findings. It's preliminary, and so that process is going to continue. I'm going to let that process go underway and let the Israeli government speak to that.
But for the sake of transparency, can you explain what that process is and if the U.S. is confident in that process?
Look, I'm not going to get into hypotheticals. I'm not going to get into that particular process here. We want to see something that is comprehensive. We want to see something that leads to accountability. We want to see it be swift, and we want to make sure that it is made available to the public. That's what the Israeli government, that's what Prime Minister Netanyahu said he's going to do, and we're going to let that process flow. We're going to let that process happen.
So Kirby said earlier today that they're hoping to get in the books a meeting in person next week with an Israeli delegation. Yeah. Can you provide any more details on that and who might come?
I'm not going to provide any details on that. What I can say is basically from the readout is that the expectation is to have a meeting in person. I think it was important that there was a virtual meeting that occurred obviously on Monday to talk about the Rafah operations. We've been very clear where we stand on this, very clear. We believe there has to be alternative ways to deal with Hamas in Gaza, as we're specifically in Rafah. A military operation, we believe, is not the way to move forward. There is active conversations happening with the Israeli government and obviously our government, and I think that's important. I'm not going to go into details from here. As you heard from us, as you heard from my colleague, there's going to be hopefully next week in-person meeting, and we're looking forward to continuing those really critical, important conversations. Okay.